Hello, my dotlings. We're doing this super cash little. We might be doing a little bit of a mukbang here while we do this. At least I will. I think. Did you already finish your dinner?
No, I still got a chicken.
Okay. Hello, my dotlings. So, today we have my favorite candle maker, somebody who I'm actually personally know, seeing as we're in my room. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Mandy.
Look, y'all, it's been a wrong day, okay? Stick with us because it is going to be worth it. This is my friend Mandy. This is actually my road partner. So if you catch me out at an event, you're also liable to catch this lady out with me because, honest to God, she makes some of the best candles, the best incense, and I think we are expanding into leather work, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I know that's a little bit on the back burner, but it is coming.
Yes.
Okay. But I was wondering, first of all, I want to show you this candle that is going to make our social media managers just a little upset because this is going to be, she made me this candle forever ago. This is the only one I haven't burnt because she actually made me like this huge prosperity candle. It's a perfect green pyramid with cloves in it. And I want you to talk a little bit about, because I'm sitting here talking about your products. Tell me a little bit about why you do what you do and what you do. Tell me about the voodoo that you do so good.
I enjoy crafting the candles and the incense. It's a nice stress relief. I know it helps others. It provides that comfort and nostalgia, whether they're doing it for the comfort of spell work, prayers, whatever, or the nostalgic aspect of, oh my God, my grandmother always had this smell in her house. You know, I like.
Yeah, you mix your scents, don't you? Like you get the oils and mix them up sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I do that. Custom blends.
Yeah. So, Joe, if you could, oh shit, I forgot to turn on the comments. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, hold a moment. It's, y'all, this is part of why you watch my live stream, is to watch me just like, I don't know. But I love y'all for it. Let me get a little close up and personal here. Hello. Who we got on there? Hello, Brenda. Hello, Shannon. Okay, so if you guys, honestly, God, like I will tell you this, number one, I don't often get a chance to really get familiar with some of the things I promote on Shameless Self Promotion because the idea of Shameless Self Promotion was to bring the community together. Someday that's going to bite me in the ass. But this is actually one creator whom does not have a lot of social media presence. So that will be the phone going off.
You're fine.
Okay. Y'all.
When I first started setting up at shows and conventions and things like that, the SCA events were one of my circuits. And that's when I first met Dottie and her parents.
Yeah, she met my dad. This is how long we've known each other. My dad used to be a sword merchant. And it wasn't like you were set up like right across from us and like
yeah, it was Blackstone Raid.
Blackstone Raid. Oh,
it was great.
Back in the day. You know, they're having a Blackstone Raid Triple X this year.
I know. 30th.
The 30th Blackstone Raid this year. Got delayed because of that mess.
My first Penzic was Penzic 30.
Penzic 30.
Yeah.
Also a banner year.
Right?
Yes. I will say that, honest to God, like, I don't even know where to start because we have traveled so much. We kind of got back together. This actually, it's funny because we started traveling together after I came out of my exile. Some people call it divorce. I call it exile or marriage. Some people call it marriage, but I call it exile. And one of the first people I started really running into at events was Mandy. And so she's a close friend, but Also, not only is she just a close friend, but she is the one I go to for candles. I have stopped buying. I've stopped buying ritual candles because I buy my candles from her. I know that in this channel, this is a mostly metaphysical, psychic related channel. So one of the things that you do that I love the most is that you can sort of prepare the candle in a certain way, shall we speak. Can you talk a little bit about that? I know you just got into Reiki. So
I just got my level 3 certification on Reiki. I'm excited about that. I ritualistically make my candles, and it's one of those that I just realized that's what I was doing. It takes 30 minutes for a pound of wax to melt using a double boiler method. That way it doesn't get too hot and combust, because flammables, right? So while I'm waiting on the wax to melt and get to the right temperatures and everything, I sit and meditate. Whatever it is I'm working on for the candles, I just try to put good energies in everything I do.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put this where it is, folks. She did a prosperity candle for me on the full moon, and now on the new moon, I'm turning in my lease for my office, and so we will be doing a grand opening where I'm hoping to have some of your candles for people to buy.
Yeah,
sorry guys, I will have to duck over here to see. So who are we talking? Hello everybody. It is really nice to see so many people.
Is that Amanda Wagner?
Amanda Wagner, yes. Rachel
Awesome. Hey.
Wilson.
Hey Rachel.
My Shannon. She likes your bow. Your bow. Oh, your hair bow. That is cute. Show your earrings. Like these are some. Like we are rocking the jewelries tonight. I got my eyebrow ears. Oh. I love the skeleton unicorn earrings.
Thank you. Dad got them for me for Christmas a couple years ago.
Oh,
I collect unicorns.
I collect bones. We've all got to have our hobbies. So, I'm sorry, I froze up just for a moment. This happens. It happens. My audience is used to this.
I get to publish the website for my business.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
Oh, yes. I love the candles you have. Like, I love it. So she does a lot of mold candles. Like, if you look at this, it looks like a crystal ball
with a little pedestal. I thought that was so cute.
I thought that was adorable. So if you see her candles like out in the wild, I know that I love what you do with the dragon molds when you hatch your dragons.
Yes. I love painting them up with the wax paints too, putting rhinestones in for the eyes. It's so much fun. And the gargoyles. I need to make some gargoyles. I haven't done those in a while.
Like you should. I know how many candles do you have available for people to buy today, and how would they get them? Like how can people find your candles?
Facebook.
Facebook.
The Facebook group.
Is the website
Faeclips. The website should be functional today.
Joe, can you drop us some links? Let me see. You got any questions? That's what I do. Crap. Kiddo number 2 bought some of your clips and she wears them to school a lot. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Do you see all the latest Faeclips, including events? See, I've been. This is not, nothing is standard at Dottie the Psychic. We don't sweat the small stuff or we would be dehydrated. Mandy, tell me a little bit more about your incense process while I go back and see if I can find some of these things people have said.
The incense. I have a lot of fun with that. After I get the oils blended up, I soak it for 24 hours, and then I wrap it up in paper towels to let it dry for 48, and then it's ready. I'll use the paper towels for personal use, for like sachets or something in the closet, the clothes drawers. Sometimes I'll throw it in the dryer to help the clothes smell nice. At any rate, there's zero waste. And the incense itself, when it's, fresh batch, properly made, should burn at least 45 minutes. I've had people time it and say that it burns an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm excited.
So I have had used 2 of her candles for spell work. And one of them we're not going to talk about on screen. But it worked well, and it was very beautiful. The other one was a prosperity spell, which I am willing to talk about because I want to share the prosperity. I don't think by sharing the prosperity is expanding the prosperity. And I wish we could, Joe, can we get a picture of some of her triangle candles up? I don't know if we can or not. We'll work on it. But it was like this big. It was a huge candle. And I put it in a bowl. Like, I put it in a bowl so the wax could catch, and every bit of that candle was gone. Like, you put petitions underneath candles sometimes. So I put the petition underneath the candle in the bowl, and it burnt down so efficiently that the petition itself caught fire, and I had to take the whole thing outside because I was afraid I was going to catch things on something. Candle safety.
Please be safe.
Please be
Fire
safe.
safety.
Especially when you're doing magical work with your candles, you really do need to be safe. And usually,
yep,
yes, that's it.
That's your candle.
Oh, is that my candle?
That is your candle.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
That was a beautiful. I didn't want to burn it because it was so pretty. Like, every candle I buy, like, she gave me this one candle. It was the hear no evil, see no evil,
the no evil skulls. Yeah.
And it was almost too gorgeous to burn, but we were kind of like testing it. Like, we wanted to see how it would burn.
I like to test all the products before I release them, make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and it was burning, it was like, it looked like it would burn down, and then, like, it would burn through the little sockets where they weren't quite as deep as the rest of the candle, so it looked like it was crying. It was pretty intense. Awesome. It was pretty intense. Yes! And I love... Yeah, is that the amethyst one?
Yes!
I love how... This is one thing I want you to notice. Like, I know some people are going to be listening to this on podcast, and if you are... I'm going to try and go back, sure, and make all the links are attached, but definitely... What's the name of the website again?
Faeclips.
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 Faeclips. I just love how you, like... the layers are really cool.
Thank you. I was going for that gemstone sort of feel. I wanted it to look like something I saw at Barefoot Gypsy, where they have the different crystal points and things.
Right. I know that you've been experimenting with putting stuff in the candles recently. That was what you did with my particular...
Yeah, doing treasure candles.
Treasure candles, yes. So
the pyramids are good for that. I love that.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to have to be a specialty order, because I know you take specialty orders, especially for people who are magical practitioners who need something that's a little bit more specific.
The first candle I made out of that pyramid was a birthday candle for somebody. a friend came up, handed me some little goodies and said, here, could you make a treasure candle for so-and-so for their birthday? And as a something special, I did it in layers so I could have the different treasures in different layers. And when I added the color, I did it in such a way that it looked like it was tie-dyed.
That's cool.
It was fun.
I know you've done, like, you have quite a few unique molds. Molds I haven't seen anywhere else. Like, I mean, the dragon is cute, but you've got, like, what, Buddha, and I love your little goddess candles.
Yes. The mini goddesses, I have a lot of fun with those.
Those are adorable. Like front and back little, right now I think the one we have on screen is one of your multicolored dragons. I love your gimmick around the dragons. I just think it's adorable. Adopt a dragon. It's kind of hard to burn some of these candles. I'm not gonna lie. Like, these are some of the candles I just couldn't keep her. That's how I ended up with this. That's why I ended up holding on to this candle for so long. She gave this to me forever ago. I think you gave me this back when I was really thinking about going serious with Dottie the Psychic.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting on my altar, just waiting quietly.
And you get an office now.
I know.
You put it in your office.
Burn this. I'm gonna burn it in my office. So yeah, that I'm getting, because I'm turning my lease like tomorrow.
Oh, the mini goddesses. There's a tree of life on one side, and then there's I forget what it's called, the little
spiral.
Squirrel. Yeah, on the other side. And those are fun, cute little gifts.
And these seem like they're cute. They're kind of small. They're about that size. Like, they're
maybe 2 inches.
You can see that they're in your hand. You've got about 3 of them in your hand. And I'm sorry, I cannot see let me see. The spiral path, awesome candles. Thank you guys. You know what? You don't actually need another job to buy these candles, because I've been harassing this woman to up her prices. And so before I can convince her to get paid what she's worth, now is probably the time to buy. Just saying. Definitely, like, because and I know, like, my season is winding down because as psychic I don't do as well before Christmas, but I know that your season locally is kind of winding up for the Christmas season, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the busy season for me to get in there in the kitchen, crafting all the stuff.
Right. I know we found a bunch of your molds that we hadn't found. Like, I was helping you clean out your area to get it set up for this, and we found a bunch of really cool molds. I love the heart molds.
Yes.
I don't know if we got any heart molds up yet?
No, I haven't made any of those yet. But
okay.
I definitely got to get some of those made up before January.
Yes.
Get it ready for
Black Heart season.
Yeah.
Season of Black Rose. That is a rough time for psychics. Like, I'm not going to be around. I'm going to be doing readings. If you want to talk to me, you're going to have to pay to talk to me during that time, which is great for me. And, like, this, one of the things, like, my brain just stopped. I'm sorry, y'all. ADHD is a bitch. Sometimes it just derail. So I really want to talk about I want to talk about where you found your passion for making candles, because this is an obvious art.
Back in high school, a friend of mine that I take martial arts with, he makes candles. And I would help him with making his candles and things. He stuck primarily to a different style mold than what I use. He just used like the metal ones. I ventured off into doing the 2-piece acrylics and the silicone molds. And I remember when he was making the Eucharist candle for his church, because everybody in the congregation donated scrap wax, and he had big PVC pipe and filled it with that and had it wicked, and then poured the rest of the candle wax in, and it we had to cut it out of the mold, so that was a one time use only thing.
Yeah, that didn't work out too good.
But
Sorry,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe.
And
we gotta readjust on the camera. Can you see me now?
But where he taught me the basics, it gave me a lot of room to grow, because you can't really do much of anything if you don't have the basics down.
Right.
So with those basics, I was able to branch off, and when I started going to the craft shows and everything, I noticed that a lot of people were doing container candles.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, they're great, but I wanted to do something more fun.
Right.
So I went with shapes, novelty shapes, just like wizards, dragons, gargoyles, skulls.
And yeah, I know you've got some. I love your skull candles. What did we?
I was going to college for radiology, so osteology class being one of my favorites. Finding a good skull candle mold was, oh my god, it's so realistic. It has all the detail. It was like, I get excited about the little things.
But that's the kind of things we like to see here at Dottie the Psychic. People who actually enjoy their craft. I love the I talked about the dragon candles. I know you've been expanding your space. Like, you've been trying to build up stock for the season, for one, because Christmas being around the season. Do you have anything special for the holiday season?
I made up some incense out of pine essential oil. It's
now I will 100% guarantee her incense above any other incense. You will not be able to buy incense of this quality unless you buy it from somebody who hand makes it, because I know we've all run into this. You buy that shitty incense in the colored boxes at the Walmarts, and it smells like burning paper. And I have never had that problem out of your incense.
Thank you. My friends love me because they are product testers, because I like to make sure the quality of my stuff's good before I release it out into the world, and I like to continue testing to make sure that quality is continuous, that it is consistent.
I honestly sometimes just open the bag the incense is in.
I'm working with Hearth Obscura Charmworks, and she's going to teach some classes, and for the goodie baskets and stuff that she's giving for the classes, she's including some of my incense. So I'm gonna make some especially for her. I got my list of scents down, and I'm gonna use essential oils for those. And she's been making some different incense holders and candle holders for me, and wax warmers. So I'm excited to be able to offer those when I go to shows and package deals, gift baskets and things. That's what I'm looking forward to doing for the holiday season, is putting together baskets and including her things in with it.
I think Joe is actually showing the website right now. Is that it?
I believe so, yes. This is exciting.
Yes. As a small business owner, once you got the website, like, it makes it real.
Yeah.
It makes it real. You realize you're actually moving in a direction, and it's kind of wild to have that.
For me, it's been a self-supporting hobby since the 90s. And September, I decided to go business. Right. So it's always been a dream of mine to have my stuff in a shop. Well, when Rising Goddess Goods had their shop in South Charleston around the Mound, I had my stuff in a shop, and it's like, oh, great, awesome, I need a new goal. I need it in 2 shops. And it was like, so friends of mine have my stuff in their shops and everything, and now it's been, I need a website. It's like, My website publishes today, and I'm so excited.
I can't wait to get on that personally because I honestly can't personally wait to, like, eventually we're just going to have you in every reputable metaphysical shop in the state of West Virginia. That's our goal. That's the goal. We'll see. But I do know that you actually do something pretty cool with your shops that you work with, which is something, like, I know I've got a few shop owners who watch this show. I know that you have said that you do occasionally do individual scents, like specialty scents for a shop, like if you wanted to get a certain scent for a certain shop.
Yeah, when they're selling my incense, I'll create an incense scent especially blended for them that can only be sold at their store. And like with Barefoot Gypsy, the scent was wildflowers. Since it's a shop that's a living memorial to the wildflower store that we used to have.
Yeah, the first pagan shop.
And the two Tinkers in Charleston, theirs was Weekend at Grandma's, because I thought it was cute, because one of the Tinkers, Mary, was going to go visit her daughter to help her with stuff, and while she's, watching the kids and this and that, I thought it was, cute, Weekend at Grandma's. That kind of fits. And then
sorry, I had to get a potato.
So I've just been trying to come up with something unique for every shop. That way, when my customers are out, they can do a little scavenger hunt. Ooh. If they grab the unique thing for that store and they collect, 5 different ones, then I'll give them a shirt. I'll have shirts made.
We'll figure that out on the road. Okay,
yeah.
So the shops that are the shops that you sell your specialty incenses on your website? Are we gonna? Hey Joe, you may have to deal with that later. Okay.
I haven't listed them yet.
Okay, so that might be something to look for in the future. I do love how passionate you are about this subject, because I know you'd even do, like, I know that generally speaking, if you get a candle, like if you buy a candle at an event from Mandy, then it's not going to have a scent. Like, you can buy the incenses, are going to have all the scents, which I love what you do with the incense. Like, was it you were telling me that you'll label them and then package them back in the box with a scent so that people can just smell the outside of the bag without having to open the bag?
Yeah, it helps. I mean, it's kind of like the movie theaters pumping the popcorn scent through the theater, but it works.
I just thought that was genius because it also preserves the integrity of your incense. That is honest to God the thing that blows me away about your incenses. The actual integrity, like the smell stays with it like for years. Like this incense stays pretty strong.
I was excited to have somebody say that they still had a package of my incense, and it'd been like 5 years since I gave it to him, and they said they opened it up and they lit it and it still smelled great.
It still smelled like it still smelled like the scent that they had originally meant it to. Which, honestly, like, if you know that I'm about to get rid of all the shitty incense that I have collected over the years and just buy your incense because it all smells like burning paper.
all that Walmart incense.
Yes! Look, we were all young at some point, and I know it's time to grow up. It is time to grow up and get Faeclips incense for a reason.
Hillbilly Willie at the Capitol Flea Market, he's been selling my incense, and I've been getting tons of orders from that.
Right. Oh, personal orders. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Well, do you want to finish talking about Hillbilly Willie first?
One that I'm working on from a request there is Bayberry, because it's the season for Bayberry, that scent.
Ooh. So do you do seasonal scents too, or?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's really cool. I didn't even know you did that. Like, if I'm traveling, never underestimate the Mandy. When she takes on a project, she takes it on. And that's one of the things that I have loved about you, because like I said, we've been traveling together because it's a lot easier, especially as a woman. You don't really want to travel alone. So that's part of why we've been traveling together. But it's hard not to spend my psychic money on her stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just like, I love the skulls. Like, I love what you do with your scraps. With the scrap pieces.
Oh, the candle confetti.
The candle confetti.
Yeah, the candle confetti. I turned it into sugar skulls.
Sugar, well, that's not all you do with it. I know you had that one massive candle.
Oh, yes. There's a 17-inch tall pillar. And it was just amazing.
It was
like, yeah.
And then it fell over and broke in half perfectly.
That's okay. It was meant to be.
Apparently, because honestly, the two candles themselves are gorgeous. And I just love I love like the little chunks of stuff that you save and put together, because it definitely gives it like a different, especially if you're one of these people who likes to do the like the candle bottles. You can put that so it melts different colors.
Yeah,
like I know you do the inside out candles, which is something I don't see a whole lot of. And I've seen you see what was it, the one I've seen you do some pretty interesting stuff. So Joe said, can people get scented candles if they order them?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can do the scented candle thing.
Yeah. A lot of times I just do the scents on like the votives and stuff, but if they want the Buddha scented Nachampa or anything, I can do it.
There's a dragon's blood dragon candle that was part of a special order that made me cry the other day, but you know. Now is the time to start buying for Christmas, folks. I'm sorry, I can't really see the talking over here. Can't post it on here. Can't post this. Amazing skull candles. Yes, they are amazing skull candles. Is it a solid candle or hollow? These are pretty solid candles. Yeah, you know.
Rachel actually challenged me to do a yin-yang skull. So there's a picture that I got floating around somewhere of this skull that's white and black, where I put the wax in the mold and then I tilted it and put the other wax in, and then I tilted it and put some more wax in and try to get that yin-yang effect. Yeah, I was excited about that.
I love, okay.
Yes, so, there it is. That one. That one right there. Yeah, Rachel Wilson. She had me do that challenge. Yeah, the sketch artists have their art challenge for sketch this in 5 minutes, and no, mine's like, do a candle. It looks like this.
I know you had like a whole, because we were doing Pride events for a minute because she's my buddy and I dragged her to a bunch of Pride events and we were trying to make money. So I'm like, hey,
that's okay.
Could you make
drag shows are cool.
Yeah, can you make some specialty Pride candles? And those turned out gorgeous.
Yeah, the votives. I did some votives and I did a pyramid candle with
the pyramid candle was gone within 10 minutes. Like I went, I peed, it was gone.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is. Love the Pride candle. We are putting Joe through his paces tonight. I want to thank
you, Joe.
All right, I'm going to take a second. Let's see what people are saying. I'm sorry. I know we're neglecting the chat because it's
thank you, viewers. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah. I'm going to back it up a little bit. So I am backing it up to the last time we put out a bunch of links. Awesome candles. The spiral path. Yes, the spiral path was the goddess candles. And I do love those little goddess candles. There's the Buddha. I love the Buddha. That's the multicolor Buddha.
I made that one for Willie. Aww. He told me to surprise him. So I was going after what the little Buddha statues that you see in the Asian markets and whatever. They're multicolored. And I was like, well, I'll do the candle like that.
Hey, Sheila, just start with a prosperity candle, and I bet you won't need another job to buy the rest of them. I'm just going to vouch for that. When you decide to put your mind to something, I'm not getting in the fucking way. That's all I got to say about that. That is just all I got to say about that. And she says, up them, I'll still buy them. Yeah, we'll buy them now before she ups them. Help us get started here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fairly new. We're expanding. This is a time of expansion for these two businesses. I'm kind of dragging her along with me. Oh, that's one of my favorite. Like, if that doesn't sell by the end of the season, I think I might buy it and just use I'm gonna do a whole freaking video on ancestral work with some of your. I've really thought about that, like getting some of your skull candles and doing like an ancestry video. I just think that would be awesome.
I have a 17-inch tall cat that reminds me of Bast.
It's a tough time for psychics, but in paths roll with easier, but still not. Yeah, we're heading. What the thing is that people are heading into the Christmas season, and psychic readings are more for the individual. And I'll definitely be doing a deal for Christmas for like couples and stuff. But like that's a whole time period where people want stuff to give to other people. And that's part of why these candles are great, because not only are you giving somebody something nice, but it's handmade. And she's a local artist. Look, she's right here. She's actually a real person. It's amazing. Rather than the faceless Amazon people. This is it. I was burning a candle for my son, and what is this? Hold on a second. Sorry. I was burning a candle for my son, a heroin addict, and I have what it melted. Does anyone here read candle wax? Yeah, if you want to send me a picture by email or something, we'll check it out. It's actually not that hard to read candle wax. It's actually one of those. I could do a whole video on candle wax readings. Actually, it's a Greek style of reading.
They're fun.
They are fun. That's actually, you know what, that would warrant a whole video.
Yeah.
That would absolutely warrant a video.
There's a whole technique for reading off the flames as it's burning.
Yeah. Oh.
Or even the incense smoke.
Girl, I love this one. The cat.
Oh, the kitsune?
The kitsune, yes.
The nine-tailed fox?
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It's not the same thing.
May got that for me. She wanted, she sponsored the mold and wanted me to make one for her niece.
Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments as we go. That's why I'm off screen, because we have got a weird setup.
It's okay. It's a work in progress.
It is the solid candle or hollow? These are solid candles. These are nice candles. Like that, honestly, I am not vouching for the quality of these candles because she's my friend, although I am prone to do that. But I am honestly vouching for the quality of these candles because they're quality candles. I'm always interested to see because I occasionally, because I know her personally, occasionally get to be the product tester. Can't post on here. Yeah. Just Sheila, just send me a picture of your wax and we'll see if we can't read it. That might be interesting. It's email. My email is DOTTIE the psychic @gmail. So if you want to send me the picture or send it to me Facebook. Yes, love wildflowers. Everybody loved wildflowers, and it's kind of sad that it's gone. Oh, did I do that?
I think I've got over 25 years experience making candles.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that. Did I do that? Or did
it's scary to think I'm that old. I only feel 25.
I know. Don't talk. Girl. Oh, yeah. Here's some pictures. Here's some pictures from one of the events. I don't even know which one event. Do you know which event that is?
That might have been the Capitol High School event I went to.
Yeah, because look at you can see the tablecloth. That's one of them I sent you with.
Yep.
Because
the skeleton hand holding the bowl of wax melts. I think that was a new
wax
table
melts.
display.
That's something new that I don't think we've talked about yet. She does wax melts. So if you're kind of one of those witches who likes to use wax, I know witches who will use the wax melts instead of the incense because of the smoke. And they are potent.
I like using the mini cubes because that way, if you want to blend your own, create your own recipes, you can grab, bag of this, that, and the other, and
you know what?
Do it yourself.
Right. You know what? This might be something we do. We may take. Let me see my camera. Nope, I am not again. There we go. Can you see me? Can you all hear me? And there's my face again. It's so we do things the way we do things here at Dottie the Psychic. I really would like to do that would be actually really cool to maybe get some of your candles and do some wax readings. Just
yeah,
that would be cool.
That would be.
So let's talk about how people can get specialty orders, like things like number one, how many scents do you usually have? Like you've got your own formulas.
I've never really counted to put numbers to it.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I know we got all the basics because I know your dragon's blood was stripped thin there for a minute. I've got to make incense, but how long does it usually take you to make a batch of incense?
3 days. It takes 3 days to make a batch of incense. And it may take a week to package said batch, depending on how big the batch was.
Wow. Yeah, because I've seen you doing that at events.
Yeah, I'll just bring the little batch boxes to the events and have something to do while I'm sitting there in between customers.
I forgot that we were supposed to run commercials. Joe, are we running commercials? Screw it. This is a commercial.
I was going to say, it's time for our sponsors.
Yeah, I think it is. But I don't remember. Usually we do have sponsors. Do we have are we running commercials on this one? Nope. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run some commercials, our normally scheduled commercials, because we totally blasted past the 20-minute mark talking about some of this cool stuff. And then I would really, really like to talk about some of your candle techniques, like how you English hard, y'all. Some of the things that you've got coming up, like we've been talking about the website and things like that. I want to talk about some of the events you might have coming up, things like that. Say that. Okay, run some commercials, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dottie the Psychic, and I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing any makeup. Well, one reason is to irritate my social media manager, Asen Knight. Hi, Asen. The other reason is because I like to get to the naked truth about what it means to be a neurodivergent LGBT person with psychic abilities. I've got vlogs, blogs, and podcasts and videos all related to trying to live my best life and helping witches and bitches do the same thing. So, you can check all that out and get a reading from Dottie the Psychic at DOTTIEthepsychic.com. Safe travel and much profit to you.
Do you have a cute pet? We know you do. Each week, Tracy Van chooses from submitted photos a featured reader for her Facebook page and provides a tarot reading. Your adorable pet cat, dog, rabbit, goat, chicken, snake, or more could be her next featured reader. Visit tracybann.com, TracyBann.com, and click Featured Reader to submit. We look forward to seeing your pet next.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and I am here to tell you how to get in contact with me and a little bit about what I do. I am the High Priestess that works with shadow work to help you grow and heal. And I work with access bars, Reiki, I do power forms. I'm recently getting into crystal healing, sound therapy as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, that is LadyGwendolynHealing.com. Book your appointment with me. I do in person, I do over the phone, I do over Zoom. We can do that as well. My main goal is to help you grow and heal, because I've been there, I'm still going through it, and I let my strength help guide you. See you soon.
Hey everybody, Natalie here from The Pendulum's Path. If you are in need of guidance, direction, spiritual connection, healing, or more, you have come to the right place. I have worked as a psychic and a medium for over 3 years, connecting people from all over the world with their loved ones, giving them insight and guidance into their current situations, their past healings, their blockages, and what they need to know in order for them to have a better future. It would be my absolute honor if you would come to my website at www.thependulumspath.com. Visit my shop. I have a whole bunch of crystals, oils, balms, mystery boxes, and more. And visit my services. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute sessions. I also have email readings available if you're not comfortable with the one-on-one session with me, or if you just want to try me out. I encourage you to come visit me at the Pendulum's Path, and let's get you back on the right track today.
Okay, so you know what? There are two things, and I just thought about this one I didn't prep you about. But first, let's talk about how you came up with the name of your business, because it is cute. It is adorable.
Thanks. Friends of mine were helping me with it. The fae creatures, the fairies, that aspect kind of follows me. And I like the solar eclipse, the energy behind a solar eclipse. So those are good for starting a business, new beginnings, and things like that. So I thought with moving from a hobby to, actual business, I wanted to bring those good energies in with it.
That's cool. I love that, because, the thing, they get blamed for too much. They get blamed for every missing thing in my house, honestly, but I realize it's probably my fault.
Well, it's like the villains, they're just misunderstood. They're not bad, they're just misunderstood.
So I do know that I know that you talked about some higher end organic materials that you were considering doing only special order. Was that something we're talking about, or is I making that up?
Like some of the salves, or like the essential oil incense.
Right. I know that you've been
things.
talking about like expanding in that
Yeah.
higher end direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Because good quality ingredients makes for good quality products.
Right. And I do know that that's obviously going to be more expensive, but like I honestly know that you are pretty good at sourcing ethically and things like that.
Yeah. I make beeswax candles on special request for friends of mine, because they need it for whatever workings they do, or because they just prefer beeswax. And so I do offer that, just not on the website or anything yet. And I'm working with soy wax as a special request for a dear friend of mine. I think she has Cobalt Hollow So I'll see her at different conventions and shows and things like that. And she had asked me about doing soy candles because with her exotic animals, they're particular about being around paraffin wax when the candles are burning. So I'm gonna start doing some soy ones for her, and she's gonna test them for me.
Ooh, cool! I definitely looking forward to. I know that you always are experimenting, so I'm always really interested in what you're going to come up with next. So we may have a totally different show for you next year. I don't know. But I do want to point out that I have wallered the shit out of this candle over this live stream, and that's not a new candle. I've had this candle sitting there while every time I walk by it, I waller it.
I think she's had it about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Like, look at this. Still pretty good shape. Look at that. I love this. I think this is the one that you have, like, you've done, because it's got, like, shiny bits in the wax.
Yeah, I was playing around with, like, mica powder.
Mica powder.
You can get different glimmer effects and shimmer and things like that with.
I do know, do you still have the, have you been doing that more? I know you did that more with the dragons where you were painting some of the dragons. Like, you had some painted things on the website, didn't you?
I think I've got some pictures of like the gargoyles and the dragons painted up with the wax paints. There's a Celtic cross that I have whenever I make it. That's an old mold I got to dig out. I mean, I found it. I have yet to make another one yet. I've got 2 books on the documentation just on how accurate that candle mold is to, the different carvings and stuff on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat. It's like I have documentation on the candle mold.
That's pretty cool. Honestly, that's pretty cool.
When I make it and I paint it up with the wax paints, it's stunning. I love it.
I know you do have some stunning molds. Like, this is the we talked about the dragons. We talked about the cat. Did we talk about the cat?
We talked about the cat. He popped it up there because he was showing one of the pictures a customer sent me with where she had it displayed.
So we are actually getting pretty close to an hour. Tell people again how they can get a hold of you for custom orders or just to, like, you've got the website and the Facebook, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think your website is stunning. I know it launched today. Oh, yes, there's the cat. There's the cat, the bass. I kind of want to see what you do, like, if you were going to, like, create that for something. Are you color candle solids? Oh, yes. This is something that I know as a magical practitioner does concern me. And I will absolutely vouch for this. When you mix your wax, do you do that bullshit where you put colored wax on the outside and then white wax on the inside?
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. Unless it's something specifically requested, like they'll want a red candle dipped in black, or they'll want, I don't know, orange and black. Things like that. But, like, no, the colors are through and through. The only time that you cannot have the core of the candle matching the outside layer is with metallics. You cannot have a metallic candle through and through. It has to be an outer dip, period. It's a fire hazard to have it be a completely metallic color. So you have to do the core color kind of similar, or do it white. I guess white being the universal, can be anything.
Right.
And then do the outer dip in the metallic for fire safety reasons.
But everything, so unless it is a metallic color, that is the color of the candle all the way through.
Yep.
which I can personally vouch for. I also personally vouch for, especially with the pyramid candles, that burnt clean. Like, it was gone. There was no wax left over because, you're always looking, you have to figure out something to do with the wax leftovers, but I know with that pyramid candle, it was gone.
Well, with some of the novelty shapes, it's difficult to get a zero waste.
Yeah, well, like
but with a lot
texture.
of the pyramids, the spheres, the pillars, the votives, things like that, getting everything made up just right, so that there's zero waste, that's the key to a good candle.
Yeah. This actually brings up something that I don't think we've talked about on yet that actually does amaze me about your work is your focus on the wick. Like, how many types of wicks do you actually use in different things? Because I know I know of 2 or 3 that seem to make a huge difference in how the candle burns.
Sorry. There's
See, I love this one.
all kinds of different braids for the wick. There's like the flat braid, there's the square braid, there's having a zinc wire core in the wick. I try to avoid those if at all possible. I just like having the braided wicks.
Right.
I think for the votives, you kind of can't really get around that at times, doing the zinc cores.
Right.
But
so I've never had an intelligent conversation about the wick that you would use for a candle.
I'm gonna get into braiding my own wicks. You remember Jade?
Yes, I do.
With
there's another person that we'd worked with a long time ago. It's a blast from the past, right there.
Well, her being a candle maker, well respected, and she had her shop way back when, Curious Goods.
Mm-hmm.
She braided all her wicks. Well, I was talking with her, getting pointers on this and that, because I want to get into braiding my own wicks, and
that sounds
priming the wicks. Yeah, after braiding the wicks, you have to prime it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after it's been primed, because she was explaining how, you remember when she was saying her fingers were sore.
Right.
And that's because she was, after the wicks have been primed, she has to get all those crystals off of it where it's been soaking in the primer.
Right.
But being able to braid my own wicks and do the priming, I can start doing colored flames.
See,
for some of the small candles.
Small candles.
Yeah.
But still, that would be interesting. That is something I've never seen before. Oh, what is this picture? Oh, there's another picture of all our little... I love the little tarts. Some of those look like... Are those some of those floater candles? Like the star candles?
Yes. That's again some of the candle molds that I need to dig out that I haven't used in a long time. The floating candles, because there's leaves, there's flowers, there's a bunch of different cute ones. A couple years ago, I did a mother-daughter set. It was like a large rose and then like a medium-sized rose, and I did it up with the candle confetti that I affectionately call it, to give it like a two-tone kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
like the actual rose had different colored tips, or something like that.
Right.
I don't know, artistically playing with wax.
I'm always interested in your artistic interpretation. Like I who else could you're the only person I know I could actually have like an hour-long conversation about candles. I also want to talk about I know something we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
Naughty candles.
Oh. Yeah. I get requests for those. Like bachelorette parties, spell work. Yeah. There's
candles you're probably not going to see on the screen right now, but they But they are available by special request. What would you, okay, so I've kind of prompted you to talk about all these things. What would you like people to know about your candles? Like, what are things that you are, what is your favorite candle to make?
Oh gosh.
It's always a fun one because nobody can ever answer. When you're
The-
a proper artist, you can't just pick one.
It's like my favorite kid, the dragons.
The dragon.
The
I
dragons.
love the gimmick around the dragons. Adopt a dragon. Adopt your dragon today.
Well, I've upgraded the look of the dragons because I can, after I do the wax paints on them and I put the rhinestones around the feet and everything. I used to put rhinestones in for the eyes, but I've ventured out to getting the little fly fishing lures things that you use when you make your own lures for fly fishing, and added on there that it looks like eyes. So it looks like eyes for the dragons.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, let's see. We got any? Do we have any more questions? Nope. What's it? Techie Joe Magic 8-Ball says, nope. Oh yeah, we're not putting the adult candles on there.
Nah.
No. YouTube has been going after us already. Let's not make it worse. My late husband was a fly fisher and made his own flies. That is cool. I'm sorry about your loss, but it's cool that he had that hobby. I know some of those are gorgeous. Okay, so we kind of talked about, I think we've just about covered everything. Is there anything that you would like to cover that we haven't?
Like me on Facebook.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe.
Check out the website.
Do all the YouTubey things, and then go check out her new website. That you said that launched today, didn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Joe, is that the website? Let's prompt that website one more time. Putting Techie Joe through his paces tonight. Thank you, Techie Joe. Well, I would definitely like to stop and say thank you, Techie Joe, for being on
Thank
it
you
tonight.
so much.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening to the podcast later, you may actually want to go and watch the actual live stream because there have been a lot of pictures of some of the really cool candles that she's made, and I'm always interested in seeing what you're going to do next.
Mystic Computers put together the website for me.
Yeah.
So thank you so
PC.
much. Huh?
I think it's Mystic PC, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Joe and Asen. It's the same people I work with them. Unless they've got a new nickname. I hope he didn't change his company name. That would really throw me for a loop. And I don't need any loops thrown at me right now. I've got plenty of loops.
My website is www.faeclips, FAECLIPSE.com.
Okay. So we are actually hitting about an hour, which I never would think I could talk about a candles for an hour, but there's a lot. There's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of different casts. I definitely want to see where you're going to keep going with this, because I know we had personally talked about some things you were planning on doing that I'm not going to drag you into because don't think you've actually committed to them yet. So if you are a magical practitioner, definitely special order your candles, especially if you want some sort of a tint or scent added. Check out our website, faeclips.com. And of course, you can always check out more of my content at dottiethePsychic.com. Anything you want to add?
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Safe travel and much profit to you.